up, my little tattletales? What's up, Sussex Squad? How are you guys doing today? Well, baby, if you are Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, I know you are giggling, feeding Archie his scrambled eggs while Elizabeth asks for more. What do you feed babies? Powdered potatoes? I don't know. Y'all, the palace has gone ballistic. Now, let me tell you what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know, Charles has been using a carrot, a stick, trying to beat Harry with the stick, throwing the carrot. He's been doing everything he can to stop the release of Harry's memoir. He wants Meghan permanently on pause. And of course, they want Netflix to drop The Crown and the docuseries. Now, again, I've said this many times. You don't know Americans, especially multi-conglomerate corporations. They're like, wait a second, sir. We spent how much on a contract? And you want us to do what? For what? For what? And the Order of the Garter? What? To literally stand around Town Hall Square and go, hip, hip, hooray. I still can't believe that's actually a roll call, what we say at birthday parties. Sir, I'm sorry. If it don't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. They've tried to get ahead of the story, in front of the story, trip the story, tie the story up. They just cannot get control of it. Part of the reason is because Netflix, they released, okay, so let me just slow down. Hit that like and subscribe button too. I'm so excited. There's so much news. So they literally been releasing things saying Netflix is worried and they're scared they're going to upset the palace, and they're trying to either push back The Crown or re-edit it and all this stuff, right? To which I will honestly say, because Netflix released the trailer. Not only that, they said, bound by duty and tradition. Netflix is the original troller. They literally trolled them and said, bound by duty and tradition, November 9th, saying, baby, it's our duty and tradition to keep us entertained. And baby, when I say I was entertained, I would play it on here, but I was just flabbergasted at how good this season looks. I almost want to recap The Crown, but it's history. Let me know if we should recap The Crown. It just looks so good. It looks like everybody on The Crown production tab was like, you know what? We're in our bag. Literally, you know how you do something so good that you literally look at each other, right? They looked at each other and they said, Netflix and The Crown looked at each other and said, you know what? You ready to make history? Let's go. That's how good it looks. It has everything you need and it gives you everything you want. So I guess that was Netflix's answer to the palace about whether they're going to slow down. Also, can we just say that Netflix has not spent probably more than $2 on advertising for The Crown, and that the British royal government doesn't realize you are their biggest advertising. Your country is going down in shambles. You have no prime minister. The whip and the assistant whip resigned and came back on. The country is going down in shambles. And all you care about is making sure that nobody remembers Tamcom. Kate, baby, you can cancel The Crown all you want. We're always going to remember. Oh, really quick before we get into how the palace is shaken down, talking about there's one chapter in Harry's book that could bring down the monarchy, but they think they could survive. I said, you know what? You don't have to threaten me for a good time. Let's see what they have to say. But along the way, we're going to talk about that in a second. But I just have to bring up what happened with Judi Dench. I mean, I don't expect anything of it. You know, somebody can be a nice person and still be a monarchist. If you guys don't know, hi, my name is Tisa. What's up, Sussex Squad? I think the monarchy should be abolished just because, for what it means for the colonialism, for what it, sorry, all of it should go. I'm glad Harry and Meghan got out, because as much as I love Harry and Meghan, if they were still in the monarchy, I'd be like, that's cute. Now you still need to be abolished, right? So Dame Judi Dench came out and said that she strongly feels that there should be a warning label on The Crown to let people know it's fiction. To which I say, baby, the only thing that we need to know that it's fiction is the actor that's playing Charles. You mean to tell me that someone looks at this man and this one and doesn't know it's fiction? You mean to tell us that we're watching a Prince Charles who looks attractive and we don't know that it... Listen, the fact that Camilla doesn't look like she has a bag of carrots around her neck, I think we know. I think we know it's not real. In any case, let's get into what exactly are they hiding? Because y'all, I will say this, right? Just listen to this quote. And this is in an article where they're throwing shade. The British people, the press can't help each other because, like, listen to this, right? They literally have been begging for Harry and Meghan to shut up and not talk about them. In Meghan's Variety interview, she said that she felt warmth from the Queen, and then she just skipped over, and she never tripped up too much talking about the Queen. Okay. So instead of just being like, oh, okay, girl, good, Meghan's not being a problem right now, but let's just focus on Harry. They had the nerve in this article to take a little swipe and be like, Meghan didn't mention the royals. And it's very interesting that when she doesn't mention the royals, she really has nothing to say. She's not an interesting person. And I said, you know what? You guys can't win for losing. Side note, I know I'm about to get into this. Did you guys hear that Mike Tyndall is going to be on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? Yeah, right? It's like a little Survivor show that like B, C, D list, you know, like people that are past their prime and popularity go on this and that, kind of like Celebrity Big Brother mixed with Survivor. And everybody's like, oh my God, how can the media is not saying anything? I'll tell you why the media is not saying anything. Because the palace thinks that they've gotten a loophole. I guarantee you one thing, they released something today saying that Mike Tyndall's been okayed to talk about the royals. And how much you want to bet that he's just going to spend that whole time trashing Meghan and Harry? I bet you. They think they found like a loophole. They can just sit there. Remember how Mike Tyndall didn't talk to Harry at the funeral and William was sitting there and Mike was trying to audition to be William's best friend. It's like, Mike, you're never going to be William's best friend. You need to be a rosebush to be William's best friend, if you know what I'm saying. Kate better hope there's no petunia bushes around. Why? While what Willie is Adam, if you know what I'm saying. But honestly, I think that this is going to be the Tyndalls are going to try to make their play to be the new Fab Four, right? Somebody said Zara is an enchanting beauty. I said, I guess, compared to Charles and Camilla, but in the real, anyway, I bet you that's their plan. But get this, right? Listen to Harry's power. While it is probably not in Harry's long-term interests to reveal something so devastating that it forces the king to abdicate, Harry knows something about his father that might force him to abdicate, and they're playing in Meghan's face like this. A heater mysteriously caught on fire while Archie was a baby. Charles is acting like Harry and Meghan's kids can't get HRH stylings. I mean, listen, I think the monarchy should be abolished, but if it is going to exist, then I'm sorry, you have to diversify it. And it has not escaped my attention that a lot of royal houses in Europe are now kicking out the members that have any mixed blood. I think it was in Norway where it's Norway and Denmark, I believe, but one princess is married to a Black man. She lives in California. The other one, his first set of kids from his first marriage are half Asian. His second set, of course, are full. His whole bloodline was discontinued because you can't just have half in, half out. Again, I see what they're doing. The royals all around Europe are closing house because as much as they don't want us to believe, part of being royal in Europe is being... You ever heard of the paper bag test? It's the paper towel test in Europe. Anyway, my whole point is, you have been doing all this stuff, and you now, even by your own sources, are saying that it's something so devastating that it might cause Charles to abdicate. And you won't give my kids his royal highness standing. Let me tell y'all something. I would be like, oh, cool, my kids can't have a royal highness and his royal highness. Guess what? Ain't nobody eating at this table. Burn it all down. Lilibeth, gasoline. Archie, matches. Let's have a party. Literally. And the funny thing is, I could see Meghan running up and being like, let's make s'mores. I don't know why Meghan seems like she would bring s'mores. and give the kids little childhood memories, right? They're licking chocolate off each other's noses, laughing. Anyway, right? While it's probably not in Harry's long-term interest to reveal something so devastating that it forces the king to abdicate, even if he had the receipts, it is, whether the Sussexes like it or not, their ability to dish on the royals that is their most valuable product. As one media executive told the Daily Beast, this was a fluff piece from somebody that like writes for the British thing, right? Netflix doesn't care about Meghan's quest for social justice. They just want to know if James Hewitt is Harry's dad. That's interesting. You know, I've never met such an interesting mix of hubris and sheer arrogance, but utter stupidity in people that are supposed to be better by blood. Clearly, that inbreeding is affecting things. Let's break this down, right? So you acknowledge that there might be something that is so shattering that King Charles might have to abdicate. You don't think it'll come to that, but there's a chance. Okay, which makes me think, does he know something about Charles and his money donations and that funny money that keeps popping up that Charles is trying to push past, right? Or was it something that happened in the Diana years, right? But whether the Sussex like it or not, their ability to dish on the royals is their most valuable product. Does one think that their ability to dish on a house that they bought down might also be valuable? Do you not think, and I know, suspend reality for a second. Close your eyes and imagine. You live in a world where Harry and Meghan bring down the British monarchy, and then they write tell-alls, and then she talks about it on her podcast, and then they dish and dish and dish. That also not be a good thing to stake their livelihood on? And actually, I think it would be more interesting than him respecting the current power structure. It's the brand. Would it not increase their exposure? Would it not make the people that we want to hear everything they have to say? Lastly, Netflix doesn't care about Meghan's quest for social justice. Maybe, right? Netflix only cares about money. That's why they didn't care about Charles's plea to stop the thing. They just want to know if James Hewitt is Harry's dad. So even when you're basically begging in your highfalutin way for Harry to stop, you still gotta get a swipe in. My dad, y'all still going with that James Hewitt thing? That's my daddy. And you tell me to stop, and I better not do this, man. Charles and Camilla, Charles, you better pack Camilla some apples for the long trip, because you guys might not even be there next year. And I'm not just saying because the lights might not be on. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you want me to review season 5 of The Crown. Oof, yeah, it's getting good. All right, y'all. Talk to you later, Sussex Squad. Bye.